In the beginning, when the world was still young and unshaped, there was not yet man nor woman, only the breath of creation moving through dust and light. But from that dust, two beings were formed, Adam and Lilith, equal in the eyes of the divine. She was not taken from his rib, nor molded in his shadow. She stood beside him, fierce, radiant, and whole. Yet, from the moment of their awakening, the seeds of rebellion began to stir. Lilith was the first to speak the word no, the first to defy not heaven, but hierarchy. And for that single word, she was cast out, erased, rewritten, and condemned to the realm of demons. Her name became a whisper in the dark, a warning to men, and a curse upon women who would dare to stand alone. But the truth was never so simple. For every myth hides a mirror, and within Lilith's story lies something more ancient than fear, the memory of freedom itself.
Before Eve, before the serpent, before the fall, there was Lilith. According to the earliest Jewish texts, she was created from the same clay as Adam, equal in every way. She was meant to be his companion, not his servant. But as the legend tells, Adam demanded submission. He claimed authority over her, as though equality were a mistake in creation itself. Lilith refused. She spoke the sacred name of God, a power forbidden to mortal lips. And with that word, she rose into the sky, leaving Eden forever. Adam cried to the Creator, and angels were sent to bring her back. They found her by the shores of the Red Sea, a place of chaos and transformation, where the divine order meets the wild unknown. But Lilith would not return. "I was made from the same earth as he," she declared. "Why should I lie beneath him?" Her defiance was immortalized as sin. The angels cursed her, saying she would bear no children of light, only spirits of the night. And thus, in the minds of men, Lilith became the mother of demons, the harbinger of stillborn dreams and forbidden desires.
From the sacred texts of the Talmud to the ancient scrolls of Mesopotamia, her name took many shapes: Lilitu, Lamashtu, Lamia, creatures that preyed upon men and newborns. It was said she wandered the world, jealous of mothers, stealing the breath of infants as vengeance for the children she could never bear. But behind the horror, something older stirs. Long before the Hebrews wrote her name, the Sumerians spoke of Lilitu, the storm spirit, not evil, but wild. She was the untamed wind that carried both fertility and destruction. The ancient world feared what it could not control, and so Lilith, the untamable woman, became a vessel for every anxiety about desire, power, and the unknown within the feminine soul. She was the warning: be silent, be obedient, or become the demon they name Lilith.
Travel back further still, to the ruins of Ur and Babylon, where the myth of Lilith was first born. There, among clay tablets and cuneiform prayers, her earliest form was written: Lilitu, a wind spirit dwelling in the desolate places between civilization and chaos. In the Epic of Gilgamesh, she appears within the sacred tree of Inanna, a serpent below, a bird above, and Lilith dwelling at its heart. When the hero cuts down the tree, she flees into the wilderness, never to return. In these tales, Lilith is not evil, but elemental. She is nature unbound, the breath of the storm, the cry of the desert, the spirit that refuses to be caged by man or God. And as empires rose upon the bones of old ones, her legend evolved, absorbing the fears and dreams of each civilization that came after.
By the time her name reached the Hebrew scribes, her story had hardened into warning. In rabbinic texts, she was blamed for miscarriages, lustful dreams, and sleepless nights. Her name became a spell, whispered in fear, carved into amulets hung above the beds of infants. But the myth of Lilith reveals something deeper: the ancient tension between creation and control. Eve was made from Adam's rib, born of obedience. Lilith was made from the same clay, born of equality. One became the mother of life, the other the mother of rebellion. But perhaps both were necessary. For what is life without the will to shape it? And what is obedience without the shadow of choice?
In the hidden layers of Jewish mysticism, within the sacred texts of the Kabbalah, the myth of Lilith took a new and terrifying form. She became the queen of demons, the consort of Samael, the angel of wrath and chaos. Together, they ruled the realm of the Qliphoth, the husks of divine energy, the shadow reflection of creation itself. From their union came the spirits of seduction and decay, the echoes of human desire turned astray. Yet even here, Lilith was not pure evil. She represented the necessity of shadow, the counterpart to divine light. Without her, the cosmos would lack depth, balance, and truth. For light without darkness is blinding, and order without freedom is tyranny.
Through centuries of exile, Lilith's legend refused to die. In the Middle Ages, she was painted as a succubus. In the Renaissance, as the embodiment of beauty and temptation. But in modern times, something changed. The world began to see her not as a monster, but as a mirror. Writers, artists, and feminists rediscovered her as a symbol of female independence, the spirit of resistance born in the dawn of creation. In art, she became the muse of rebellion. In thought, she became the voice of those who would no longer kneel. And in culture, her name rose again, from the pages of literature to the stages of music festivals, from whispered prayers to declarations of power. Lilith was no longer the curse, she was the choice.
Lilith's shadow crossed borders, faiths, and tongues. In Arabic lore, she became the Karina, a spirit that walks with every soul from birth, a whisper of temptation, a reflection of desire. In European folklore, she was Lamia, the child eater of Greece. In occult tradition, she ruled the Knights of Ritual, invoked by those who sought forbidden knowledge. Across cultures, her essence remained the same, a being between worlds, embodying the wildness that humanity sought to control. To some, she was danger, to others, liberation, but to all, she was unforgettable.
What, then, is Lilith now? A demon? A goddess? A story? Perhaps she is all of them, a reflection of the human struggle between obedience and freedom, purity and desire, creation and destruction. Lilith is the face we see when we dare to question power. She is the echo that whispers when we speak truth in defiance. She is the first exile, but also the first to stand unbowed. Her legend reminds us, even those cast out of paradise carry the fire of divinity within. And sometimes it is the ones who are banished who remember what freedom truly means.
And so, from clay to myth, from curse to symbol, Lilith endures. Her name has crossed centuries, from the tablets of Sumer to the screens of our age, ever-changing, ever-powerful. Perhaps she was never meant to be understood, only remembered. For in every shadow of creation, there lies the spark of defiance, the same fire that burned in the heart of the first woman to walk away from Eden. This was her story, and you have heard her name. I am the voice of epic relics. Until the next relic is uncovered, remember, the past never sleeps.